What do you think your favorite country that you visited is?
Ooh, I dare say, if not Thailand, probably Japan.
Japan.
Japan just have crazy fans. When you walk out of the hotel, there'll be 40, 50 fans out the front, all signatures and signings and photos and selfies, and it's just so rewarding to be respected for the fighting arts. They really have that samurai spirit where it doesn't matter if you win or lose, as long as you fight hard and don't give up, they always respect you. So it's always fun to go and visit there and yeah, walk in the samurai footsteps.
Oh, that's amazing. And I love the Japanese fans as well. It's so amazing how quiet they are during fights and how respectful they are and how they watch for the art of it. You know,
Yeah,
you're not gonna get too many just bleed fans, as we call them here in the
yeah,
US. You're gonna get people that are, anytime a huge strike is thrown, there's throughout the whole
yeah.
like arenas and everything. Um,
when I was
now,
when I was fighting for K1, we'd have crowds of 30,000 people, and you could hear a pin drop. Even though there was 30,000 people in the stadium, there was complete silence. And then you'd back your opponent up into the corner, and you'd be wailing and wailing. You might get a little bit of oh, and then it'd go back to silence again. It was very daunting and very eerie just to have that so many people in one room, but with no noise. It was very, very, yeah, it's weird, but at the same time, very cool too.
yeah, must be almost intimidating. Like there's
Yeah.
something like almost like you're under pressure, like to really
And you,
perform.
you, you can hear every shot every time you land because the gloves are so small as well. You just get that thud, 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 and it's like, oh, this is insane. This is so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, they're amazing fans and just amazing country to, because I watched a ton of K1 and Pride and all that stuff. Those were definitely like the infancy of martial arts in a way, is also, in my opinion, where a lot of legends and stars were born in
Oh, big
Japan.
time. Yes.
Um, Now, when you would go uh, to foreign countries, or let's just say Japan, for example, do you have to kind of climatize towards the country? Do you come a week ahead of time, or do you just fly
When
over
I fight
there?
in when I fight in Europe, because there's such a big time difference, being from Australia, it's 30 hours to arrive in Europe, and then yeah, climatizing from because day, night, night, day. Hits about lunchtime and all. You can't keep your eyes open. You're falling asleep in your chair. So I like to get there a week prior, just acclimatize to the time difference. Yeah, and then yeah, our summer's there, winter, the whole business. So it's a little bit tough, but it's also very cool to travel outside the world and have people recognize for who you are and get to be a superstar for a few days. And then I think we're very lucky in Australia where you're a star in Europe or a star in Japan or a star in Asia, and you come back to Australia and you're just one of the boys again. There's no hoo ha. There's just one of the fellas. I was very lucky to be with George St.Pierre for 2 weeks in Canada a few years ago. And that poor guy is a prisoner of his own fame. He can't walk down the street without getting mauled. We're very lucky here in Australia. I think because everyone's so used to seeing me all the time that no one sort of hassles me. Yeah, it's very nice to just blend back into the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. I would assume, after you win a fight, you come down the escalator at the airport and you got guys waiting for you down there, So,
Yeah, it's
well,
not too bad.
I'm glad they respect your space over there. Not so much here
Yes.
in the US. There's no respect for that kind of thing, especially from Twitter
Yeah.
trolls and all them.
Cool.
But
So yeah, so when I was with George, we spent a week in Montreal, then a week in New York, and then we got to New York, and the poor guy. There was let's say the restaurant was here, and the gym was 200 meters away, or and then we'd have to catch a taxi. I said, oh, why don't we just walk? I can see the gym from where we are right now. He said, oh, if we walk from here to there, that's 2 hours. If someone sees me, we're screwed. And he said, as an example, let's do it, and I'll give you an example. And we tried to walk it, and sure enough, cars were pulling up and screeching on the side of the road to get out, jump out of their cars. And every time we went for a meal, the waiter would want photos, the cook would want photos. They'd bring the manager would come out, then the owner would come. It was just like, this is insane. This is just insanity. And then poor George, if he went to the toilet, I could open the cubicle door and there'd be people there waiting with their phones and padding a pen and wanting to shake his hand. It's like, oh, you mind if I wash my hands first? I've just got number twos. Do you mind if I wash my hands?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just I felt so sorry for him because the first few days were so exciting, and then after that, you realize it never turned off. 24 hours, just people just bombarding him in his private space and not giving him any respect or any privacy. So I definitely don't want to be that famous because, yeah, it just looks like a nightmare.